Right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the afternoon stretch break today. Jazzy here, health fitness specialist at Exos at Autodesk. I'm really excited to get started with some stretching. So if you have anything that is a little bit tight today or needs a little bit extra love, let me know, drop that in the chat, and I'll add that into what we are going to be doing today. But we are going to be working more on the lower body today. A lot of us have been sitting all day in meetings. So let's go ahead and just get started with some lower body stretching. So we're going to start off on our one knee. So we're going to do half kneeling. And if you're on like some hardwood or anything, you can grab a pillow for that knee on the ground. So I'll give you a second to do that, but we're going to be working on a hip flexor and hamstring dynamic stretch. So I'm going to start off with my right knee on the ground. My left foot is on the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to tuck that pelvis, keep that core nice and tight. Our back is going to be flat. We're going to push those hips forward, squeeze that glute of the knee that's on the ground. And we're going to raise that hand above head. So my right leg is on the ground, right hand above head. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in. And we're going to exhale, rocking back, toes to the ceiling for that hamstring stretch. So the further back we push our hips while keeping our low back flat, we're going to be able to feel that more in the hamstring. So we're taking a nice big deep breath here. And on the exhale, we're going to switch back into that hip flexor stretch. So same thing, tuck that pelvis, squeeze the glute of the knee that's on the ground, raising that arm above head. Keeping everything nice and tight. We're breathing nice and deep into our belly, feeling that opening up the front hip here. And rocking back on the exhale into the hamstring stretch. So keeping those hips pushed back, chest towards the knee. Big deep breath, and on the exhale, we're going to do one more of each. So hip flexor stretch, tucking the pelvis, squeeze that glute, the knee that's on the ground, raising the hand above head, breathing nice and deep into the belly. And we're going to exhale into that hamstring stretch. So toes to the ceiling, pushing those hips back. Breathing nice and deep. And we're going to exhale and we're going to release out of that stretch. We can go ahead and switch over to the other leg. So now my left knee is on the ground, right foot is on the ground. Same thing here. We're going to keep that core tight, tuck the pelvis, push those hips forward, squeezing that glute of the knee that's on the ground, and reach our arm above head. We're breathing into our belly, feeling that opening up the front of our hip of the knee that's on the ground. And we're going to exhale, rock back, hips going back, feeling that stretch all through the hamstring of the front leg here. Big deep breath and exhaling, moving back into our hip flexor stretch. So same checklist, tuck our pelvis, squeeze the glute with the knee that's on the ground, reaching the arm above head. And exhaling, rocking back into the hamstring stretch. Breathing nice and deep, breathing into any tension we feel today. And exhaling one more time each way. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glute, reach the arm above head. Breathing nice and deep, feeling that front hip open up. And we're going to exhale, rocking back into that hamstring stretch, toes to the ceiling. Keeping those hips pushed back is going to help us feel more in the hamstring. And we can go ahead and exhale and come out of that. And we're going to make our way now onto the ground, onto our backs for a nice piriformis stretch. So we're going to do the figure four stretch here. So laying on our backs, I'm going to take my right ankle, cross it over my left knee to create that four, the figure four. And if you need to, you can just push onto that knee a little bit. And if you need a little bit more tension, you can interlace your fingers, grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin. We're going to pull that knee towards our chest. That's going to help open up the back of our hips here today. Breathing nice and deep into the belly. Slowly exhaling, sighing away any tension we feel in the back of our hips today. Sometimes our piriformis can get tight from sitting down for a long time, whether you're working or you're riding your bike, anything like that. So this will help us just open everything up. Sometimes the front of our hip gets tight, and it's really the back of our hip that needs to be stretched out because everything is connected. On our last exhale here, or the next exhale, we can go ahead and bring that left foot towards the ground and then the right foot. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side here. So left ankle above the right knee. And if that's a good stretch for you, you can go ahead and stay there. If you need a little bit extra tension, go ahead and interlace your fingers and grab either behind the knee or onto the shin, pulling that knee towards our chest while keeping the left knee out to the side. Again, we should start to feel that right in the back of our hips. So piriformis muscle is the tiny muscle right underneath the glutes. And sometimes if our low back gets tight too, it's caused from some glute, hamstring, and piriformis tightness. So this will help us loosen up the front of the hip as well as loosening up our low back. So if you have low back tension, this is a great stretch to do throughout the day if you're sitting at the desk working. Nice big deep belly breaths. Slowly exhaling. On the next exhale, go ahead and bring that right foot back to the ground and then the left foot. And what we're going to do, the last thing we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and roll over onto our hands and our knees here. We're going to do a little bit of quadruped rocking with our little adductor stretch here. So on the hands and our knees, I'm going to take my right leg sticking out straight to the side like a kickstand. So my heel, big toe, little toe are on the ground the whole time. Keeping that pelvis tucked, back flat, core tight. We're going to rock back, bring the glutes to the heels, feeling that stretch opening up the front of our hip on the inside of the groin as well. Squeeze the glutes and return to center. So got this angle here too. So core side, back is flat. We're rocking back. Squeeze the glutes and come up. Just a few more times on this side. Awesome. We're going at a nice pace for ourselves. So you can stay at the bottom as long or as little as you would like. Wherever we're at, let's go ahead and make this our last one. Awesome. And we can go ahead and switch over to the other side. So left leg out straight to the side like a kickstand this time. Keeping that pinky toe on the ground. We're rocking back. Feeling that opening up the inside part of our leg here. Coming back to center. So our hips, our adductors, our inner thigh, they can get really tight during the day. So this will just help open everything up before we get back to work here. Great job. Let's go ahead and make this one our last one wherever we're at. Awesome. And after we finish our last one, you can either stay on the ground, you can turn to seated, kneeling, or standing. That's going to be all the time I have for this stretch break today. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you're watching this recording. And as always, we do have some more live classes coming up today. So we do have abs and core at 4:30 with Luis today. And then tomorrow's Wednesday. So we got boot camp at 12. We got yoga at 12:30. And we got stretch break at 3 p.m. with Luis. So don't miss out on those classes tomorrow. We do also have our virtual blood drive happening right now. So you can sign up on our SharePoint site, access.autodesk. Sign up today for an appointment during the month of June. So it's going to help your office win whichever office you're at. So join us for that. And as always, you can ask if you have any questions, sign up for a consult if you have any other questions about what Exos offers. We offer so much. So schedule that consult today. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you for joining me.